5 years now. Yeah, it's been 5 years now since I had weight loss surgery. I had vertical dissect. I can't talk. I had VSG surgery. Okay, I had VSG. So there are. Hey, I'm Ashley E. I'm back with another video. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't already, like, follow, and subscribe for more videos. Basically, I'll be talking about all things lifestyle, doing some day in the lives, some vlogging videos, and, just everyday stuff, right? Today, I'm kind of looking kind of crazy, but you know what? It is what it is. So, I just wanted to talk about today weight loss surgery. So if you are someone that's on the fence about it or you're contemplating getting weight loss surgery, then you definitely want to tune in because I'm going to give you a little bit of a journey through what it was like to have weight loss surgery. So right now, just to give you kind of some facts, I am 36 years old and I had weight loss surgery in 2018. So it's been 5 years now. Yeah, it's been 5 years now since I had weight loss surgery. I had vertical dissect. I can't talk. I had VSG surgery. Okay, I had VSG. So there are two different types of weight loss surgery. So you have the bypass, or what's called the Roux-en-Y, and then you have the VSG surgery. I think that they're both pretty popular, but I think the VSG surgery might be a little bit more popular than the Roux-en-Y. So the VSG surgery, before I got approved for surgery, obviously I had to do a consultation with my bariatric doctor, went over some health history. There is kind of like a program, if you will, that they have you kind of follow to prepare for weight loss surgery. So first you do the consultation to even see if you're going to be a good candidate, where they ask a series of health questions. And then from there, they kind of explain both procedures and what their recommendation is of which one would be the right fit for you. So once I completed my consultation, then I had to do a series of events to prepare. So one of them was I had to get lab work done. Obviously, I had to do a scope. The scope basically is when they, it's an outpatient procedure. They take a tube and they can basically look down into your stomach to see if there's anything going on that they need to treat or address prior to surgery. My scope came back clear, so I was good on that. And this is in no particular order because honestly it's been 5 years, so I don't remember what the order was. I do know another thing that I had to do was go to a nutrition class. That was actually right in the office, so all these things are kind of done right in office, so I didn't have to go anywhere. It was a one-stop shop. So I did I went through 2 nutrition classes, I believe, with a dietary nutritionist in their office, just basically preparing us for, healthy eating habits prior to surgery and after surgery. Another thing that I had to do was I had to meet with a psychologist just to, basically mentally prepare you for the procedure, because it is definitely something that, yes, it takes a toll on your physical health, obviously, because you're transforming, you're losing weight, you're going through a transformation, but it's also a mental transformation too. And we can get into that a little later in this video, or I may do a whole separate video on that. So I did have to talk to a psychologist, which I already battled depression prior to this. So I wasn't new to any type of mental health diagnoses at all. I actually battled depression and anxiety. So we did talk about that. I think I may have met with her 1 or 2 times. Again, it's a little fuzzy because it's been 5 years. But then after that was completed, I was ready to go and I was clear for surgery. Once they submitted my pre-authorization to my insurance company to see if they would pay for it, that was the final step. And then for my doctor, he did require a program fee, which I believe was about $500 at the time. So I paid the $500 program fee, which I think that kind of took care of like the psychologist and the scope and all those other things that I was required to do. Once my authorization came back from the insurance company, then I was ready to go. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure there are plenty of videos out there talking about this, but I wasn't mentally prepared for the liquid diet. And I know all doctors do things different. My doctor required me to do a 2-week liquid diet prior to surgery, okay? So once the insurance company came back and said, yep, we're going to cover this 100%, you good to go, then that's when they go ahead and they schedule you for surgery. When I tell y'all it's a complete mental, I don't even want to cuss on this channel, but it is a mental F, okay? Liquids for 2 weeks. So the purpose of that is, as I stated before, every doctor is different, okay? So some doctors, you know, they might not require it. Some doctors only require 1 week. Mine require 2 weeks. But the purpose of it is to shrink the liver, okay? Because the liver is right by your stomach, okay? So it's close to your stomach. And so to have a safer procedure, they want to go ahead and shrink your liver so they can get to your stomach easier. So that was the purpose of the liquid diet. As far as I'm concerned, that's what my doctor told me, okay? So the liquid diet consisted of straight liquids, okay? So I could do protein shakes. I could do broth, like chicken broth, beef broth. I could do soups, but it had to be obviously just liquid. So if it was, you know, a soup that contained any type of food, it had to be strained, okay? So like if I did broccoli and cheddar soup or something, I had to strain the contents of the broccoli and everything out of it, okay? What else? Puddings, sugar-free puddings, sugar-free Jell-O, popsicles, Gatorades. Of course, your water intake, you had to be, you know, getting constant water. I'm trying to think. Anything liquid, obviously, sugar-free, but anything liquid. So that was hard, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. That was one of the hardest things I ever endured in my life, okay? You talking about somebody who went from weighing 230 pounds, eating what I want to eat, to just drinking liquid? Like, I don't get to chew. I'm just drinking liquid. Like, this what we doing? Okay, whatever. But yeah, that's what it was. So, and my stats. So I'm 5'5". I was 230 pounds when I started the program. So I did my liquid diet this first round. I did 3 days, and I'm not gonna lie, I gave up, y'all. I was like, I can't do this. I got scared. I got cold feet. I wasn't mentally prepared to do the liquid diet, so I actually called my doctor's office up, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I think that was in spring of 2018. Called them, told them, never mind, I'm going to try it again, you know, the old-fashioned way. I can't do this. So I quit. Yeah, I quit. I was a failure, okay? So then I went back to trying to do it on my own again. Nothing was really, you know, working. I wasn't able to sustain. So then I got the courage to call them back in October, later that year, October 2018. Told them, hey, I want to give it a try again. Luckily, my authorization was still good with my insurance company for a year, so I didn't have to redo any of the, you know, the prerequisites or send anything back to the insurance company. So they went ahead and scheduled me. Yeah, I had to do the liquid diet again, but this time I feel like I was way more mentally prepared. So I actually went through with it. So I had a good support system with my husband. My kids at the time were smaller, so they didn't know what was going on. But my husband was very supportive, so stocked up on everything I needed. And I was like, yep, I'm going to do it this time. And I did it. Was it hard as hell? Yes, it was. But I did it, okay? So, day of surgery, obviously, it may be an outpatient procedure now, but at the time, my doctor required us to stay overnight, just one night, and I couldn't have visitors. Well, I couldn't have anybody stay with me. I got there at, I believe, like 7 a.m. I think I was one of the first couple of, you know, surgeries that day, so I didn't have to wait very long. And baby, when I was in that bed with that gown on and the compression socks, I got scared as hell. I was ready to rip off the stuff they had connected to me, and I was ready to go. But it was like no turning back. I had to go. But I was scared. I was scared as hell. But I went through with it. And I am so happy I went through with it. That was the best decision of my life. The only regret that I have is that I didn't do it sooner, because I would have done it a lot sooner. And just for a little background, I've always been kind of on the heavier side. I wouldn't say like, you know, morbidly obese. All right, I'm back. So there is a little break in the video. Yeah, my phone died. So anyway, I'm back. So as I was saying, I'm 5'5". Well, I am 5'5". I was 230 pounds at the time of the surgery. And my current weight right now is 161. Okay. So the lowest that I got after surgery was I got down to 148. Okay. So if you can imagine going from 230 to 148, I was feeling myself. Okay. I got off my blood pressure meds. I was feeling great. I was looking great. I was just overall, I had just a boost of confidence, and self-esteem definitely was through the roof. And so that's something that I struggle with all my life. And so that definitely was the plus to all of it. Not just the fact that I looked better and that I could find clothes, you know, easier in my size because I was a smaller size, but the fact that I had this sense of confidence that I never had before. And I can honestly say I've never had a strong, I guess I should say I've never had high self-esteem, like growing up, even as a kid and as an adult. So that was a difference. So, you know, with having confidence, you know, other things comes from that too, because you start finding your voice and you start, you know, stop second guessing yourself like you probably did before. And just overall, like I said, you just have this sense of confidence. So all those things were added benefits. When I lost the weight, there were other things that I gained. Okay. All right, so basically, I just wanted to encourage anyone that is thinking about surgery, or maybe you're in the process of having weight loss surgery, to go for it. If you've been approved by your doctor and they say that you're a good candidate and that you're healthy and that you're willing to commit and put in the work, go for it, okay? Men, women, men or women, definitely go for it. It can be scary, but what you want is always on the other side of fear. And so I'm so glad that I changed my mind and I went back to try it again after I quit the first time because of the liquid diet. But I'm happy I did it. So after surgery, just to give you, you know, a little glimpse of what that looked like. So after having surgery, again, I stayed overnight in the hospital one night for observation. And then I was released to go home. I definitely was in a lot of pain. It's rough. I was in a lot of pain. But I also had prior cesarean sections with both of my children. So I wasn't, you know, that, I guess, naive to what type of pain it could be. I know it's different, but those were my prior surgeries I had. So the biggest adjustment for me was the fact that, okay, I have a new normal and I really can't binge eat like I would. As I previously shared earlier in the video, I struggled with anxiety and depression. So if you can imagine, I was an emotional eater. So if things weren't going right, I was having a bad day, whatever, I ate my feelings. I can honestly, you know, say that, and I can own that. Like, I ate my feelings. Like, my favorites was Little Debbie snacks. Okay, any cakes, pies, cookies, chips, that was my go-to. Okay, I was like the junk food queen. I love sweets, and I still to this day struggle with that. And that's something that I think a lot of people don't realize, is just because you have surgery doesn't mean that it fixes what's going on up here. You're still going to struggle with things. There's still going to be this back and forth between you and food and how you view food. If, you know, it's going to be a continuous work in progress. So I mourn food, and I think you'll hear a lot of people say that if you're researching this topic, that you really feel some type of way about the fact that you can't eat like you wanted, like you used to eat. You can't eat like that anymore. And then you can't eat a lot at one time. So it's really like learning how to eat again, like you're a baby. I don't know. Like right after surgery, I was back on another liquid diet. My doctor recommended another liquid diet for 3 weeks after surgery. So there's 3 different phases. So phase 1 after surgery is 3-week liquid diet for the doctor that I went with. And then phase 2, after the 3 weeks, you move on to soft foods. So soft foods were more like puree. Mashed potatoes obviously wasn't on the approved list because that's carbs. But let's see what type of things I would do. I had a bariatric app that I would get recipes from, and there would be things on there like ricotta bake, which is basically like a lasagna without the noodle. So it would just basically be meat, sauce, and ricotta cheese. That's it. But that was good. After being on the liquid diet for 3 weeks, baby, that soft food. Soft foods taste like steak, okay? It tastes like a steak dinner, so it was really, really good. Other things I would do is like refried beans and cheese, you know, things like that. So I did that. Soft foods, I think that phase was maybe 3 weeks as well. And then after that, that's when you start introducing more of those solid foods, okay? So again, through that process, you know, you're really thinking about the fact that you miss food, you miss junk food. Oh my God, I can't eat as much at one time. I'm getting full fast. Immediately after surgery, they want me to drink all this water, and I can barely drink. So I'm taking sips, literally sipping. And then on top of that, there's a protein requirement too, because I have to make sure that I'm getting 60 grams of protein a day. And those protein shakes ain't good. Like, I'm used to them. I still actually use them to this day for maintenance, but yeah, at first they you know, they nasty, but you get used to them. So yeah, so that's kind of, you know, just a little glimpse of what it's like having weight loss surgery. So again, I'm post-op 5 years now. Right now I've been maintaining pretty good. You know, there was obviously some regain because the lowest I got was 148, which I really wasn't feeling that weight. I was more comfortable at about 155 pounds. So obviously there was some regain, okay? But I'm not beating myself up about it. And honestly, right now I'm 161, but the highest that I got back up to after weight loss surgery was actually 178. So yeah, your girl was kind of panicking. So the biggest thing that I can say for anyone that is going through the process right now, whether you're contemplating it or you are currently, you've had weight loss surgery already, is just to keep in touch with your bariatric team. So use them as supports. I know they want to continue to see you. They want to continue to provide resources to help you stay on track and help you maintain. And so they are your biggest ally, is your bariatric team. So I still, to this day, I meet with my with the PA. I don't see the doctor anymore, but I meet with the PA in the office at least once a year. Most importantly, you need to stay up on your labs. So make sure that, you know, you're not getting deficient in anything, because, you know, as a weight loss patient, we can't eat a lot. So you can easily become deficient. So you want to make sure that your doctor office is monitoring you, so they can catch anything that you may be getting deficient in, and then they can help remedy that, because you don't want to be, you know, getting sick out here and missing the things you need to have. And then another thing is make sure you stay up on your vitamins. So I use the Fusion bariatric vitamins complete. I'm supposed to take them twice a day, 2 chewables twice a day, morning and night. I know sometimes I be forgetting though to take them at night, but I'm trying to do better. But I do take them daily, okay? So these definitely help make up for some of those minerals and stuff that you're missing out on from not being able to eat as much. And they have other supplements too, not just the Fusion chewable. So yeah, again, I just wanted to hop on here and encourage anybody that was thinking about weight loss surgery to go for it. Doctor approved. It was the best decision I could have ever made. And again, I wish I would have done it sooner. So it's a work in progress though. It doesn't stop after surgery. You still have this relationship with food that can be kind of tricky. I know I still do. So you got to constantly work at it. It's not easy, but it's definitely worth it to have a healthier life. So that's all I got. So you guys stay encouraged. And again, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give me some feedback in the comments. If I have any bariatric people that are watching this, you know, leave some tips and tricks in the comments, some things that I might have missed, some things I forgot about or didn't touch on. Go ahead and leave them in the comment section for other people. So you might be encouraging someone. So I hope this helps someone, and I will talk with you guys later. Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Still not